our second 2022 coaching stream has begun. And I got to tell you, man, I can tech chase. I know Kung Fu.
100. I saw you drop some.
Yeah, I dropped some. It's true. But I'm not even playing on my own controller, man.
What are you playing on?
I'm playing on Noah SW's box.
Where's your box?
He said I saw you drop some. That's true, but I used to not be able to do any of them. I used to miss every single one.
You know I can't tech chase.
So you know what I'm saying? This
So
is proof. This is improvement. And for the people who are skeptical that I might be playing Melee for an extended period of time, I might play a little bit and drop the game. This is just one piece of evidence that maybe my man's putting in the work.
You are?
Yeah.
Well, we're always, we want to believe. But
That's right. So I'm just giving you a little bit of evidence. I'm not saying that the case is closed. There's much more to be done before I know people truly believe. But I wasn't dropping all of them.
All right, so what are we doing? You tell me what you want to do, Scar.
Wait, I got to tell you what I want to do. I want to do what you want to do. You're the greatest player of all time.
So what do you want to play? Do you want me to watch you play? Do you want to talk
Either
about
would be
mentality?
good.
Do you want to
Either
talk
would
about
be good.
practice? You tell me.
McDonald's. I just saw somebody say McDonald's drive-through. Ask Mike. I'm sorry. I apologize. Yeah, we're on a Yeti. I hear these suck. I don't know, man. If we play right now, I'm on this whack controller. I'm down, but do you want to watch me play and give me coaching?
I can watch for a little bit.
There are definitely things I need to talk about. Hey, what do you do? Do you have any? No, I can't ask you that. I was playing in training mode Tuesday, and just some weird stuff happened where I barely almost got this knee, but it didn't hit multiple times, and my heart started pounding. And I don't think I could regain my composure.
Because the knee miss?
Yeah, like 2 or 3 of them.
Is this last stock?
No, it wasn't. I was up by a lot. I was up 3 stocks to 1, and then it went all the way down to last stock because I was choking. I noticed I was choking mid-set.
But did you clutch?
I did clutch that game, but I lost the set.
So
I know.
you think that moment fucked you up?
I think it did.
Well, why'd you get nervous if you're up 3-1?
You know why I think my defense, I don't have any confidence in it, so I feel like I could just get 1 touch 2 times and lose.
Yeah,
but my defense is getting better.
Wait, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, no. Why? So
Probably because I overthink, right?
That's
We've been talking about that. We got to stop that. We got to stop that overthinking. I got to shake it off. Don't think about it.
Yeah, I feel like if you're up 3-1, you can mess up one thing, and then you were able to clutch it, so I don't see why. It just. Oh, I talked to Gio about this yesterday about overthinking. I wanted to ask you, what do you? So in tournament, are you thinking while you play?
Yeah.
So I think that's bad.
In tournament?
Yes, I think what I was telling Gio is I think the game's too fast to think.
And you think if you notice something, say I'm tech chasing somebody, right, and they start missing every tech, you think I'll just notice it in the back of my mind? I don't have to think per se.
I think you naturally will notice it without even having to tell yourself. How many times have you is somebody teched in place, and by the 3rd one you're like, this guy's teching in place, right? I don't think there's much thought that goes into it. Your brain picks up on habits. I think even outside of games,
You got me on mute.
if something just keeps happening, right? So I don't even think you have to think about that. You also train your brain to pick up habits and just kind of tell you without telling you, right?
All I know is that I wake up and I practice my ledge dashing. I wake up and I practice my basics. And I think my basics are getting better. My confidence is going up. I think confidence is a big thing. Yeah, probably it's easier to not think if you're feeling confident.
Okay, so what I was saying is, you were saying how you were trying to make a note about tech patterns and stuff.
Yeah.
I think you will just, without even realizing, how many times has somebody teched in place, and then you're just you start without even telling yourself, you're this guy's gonna tech in place again. I don't think you have to communicate with your brain that. I think you'll just pick it up. Assuming your brain is working the way I think it should.
Yeah, that might be a big assumption, but it might not. We don't know.
I just think that even if I did something in front of JoJo 3 times, I do think by the 4th time his brain will understand that even if he doesn't have to think it. I think at some point naturally he'll be like, I think this guy's kind of doing this a lot.
Yeah,
This guy keeps taking my blue crayon. Why is he taking my blue crayon, you know?
I think you're right.
So I think that's just like natural human. You just pick it up. I think our brain is amazing. And I think you just have to trust it to do certain things. And I think it will most of the time. Now,
That's
my
definitely
brain,
true.
I haven't researched about the brain, but I like to imagine that. Because there's so many things we do without even realizing why we do them, blah, blah, blah. So I think,
It's
like,
true.
I don't think you have to waste thought process, thought juice about, like, things like text. I think just, like, habits, and it's like, you make a bunch of just little notes about it, right? So I was thinking, so what else are you thinking about when you're in tournament? Like, what is going through your mind?
I hope I don't have to play a puff.
But wait, no, like, during the match, not, like, before the bracket.
All right, so I played this past week. What was going on through my head?
I also think you saying, I hope I don't play a puff is also really bad.
I agree, because it does happen.
Play a puff, and then it's just over.
I did. I played a puff. I got forced out game 1, but then I actually clutched the set. But then we had the run back in bracket, and I lost.
Yeah, I don't think you should think about not running into specific matchups.
Yeah, I think after that tournament, I did make a little bit of peace with it. Some days I'll get a matchup that I'm not particularly good in, and I'll just play the next tournament, whatever.
Because I was talking to Gio yesterday, and I was able to pinpoint where I think his brain went wrong, and I want to do it with you. I want to see if I can evaluate you guys like a genius. I'm curious.
That would be sick if you could.
So I just want to know what's going through your mind, like on the average set, or no, we'll start with practice. What's going through your mind when you're practicing?
Okay, in practice, basically I have a whiteboard which has on it the things that I'm trying to do more of. And I just look at it, and then I play, and I try to do more of those things. For example, run-up grab. I think I should do more run-up grab. And for example, like slide-off. I got to do more slide-offs. I have like 3 or 4 things on the board.
Bullet points of things you want to work on.
Yeah, and I just try to do those. SDI. Trying to smash DI, like for example, pillars, Falco pillars.
Okay.
And I just kind of have those in the back of my mind, and then I just kind of play.
So you're not thinking.
I think in practice, not really. Sometimes I do get mad at myself for certain things, but we've talked about that, how that could be kind of good. Big Scar, why are you double jumping back and naring?
Right.
Wait for your turn.
In tournament, what is the process the same, or are you thinking of other things, or are you worried about getting like nervous?
I do get worried about getting nervous sometimes. I think in this past tournament, actually, I was giving up prematurely. I had to remind myself not to give up.
Yeah, giving up something. I mean, I used to give up a lot. If you know old me, I would just.
I remember.
I would just call it. I just jump off and I'm over it. But you should never give up now. Now you can be down 3-1, and because the reason you were scared when you were up 3-1 is because you also knew in the back of your mind how quickly it could be over.
Yeah, it does. The leads could go away insta.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess sometimes I'm trying to remind myself to get my head mentally back in the game.
So I just want to know, like, what your thought process is. Like, let's just say it's game 3 in a tournament. What are you thinking? Are you thinking about like the matchup? Are you thinking about like habits? Are you thinking about not getting nervous?
Mostly about not getting nervous. I'm thinking about what's going to happen if I win, what's going to happen if I lose, how people are going to think I'm sick if I win, and how people are going to think I suck if I lose. Which I now think is not true. I don't think anybody cares if I get 17th or 13th or 5th or whatever.
The thing is, you get 100th and everybody will love you. And you can win and everyone will love you more. But
yeah, I really don't think I need to worry about that, but...
I think you get 100th, and I don't think people are going to run to my chat and be like, dude, did you see Scar got 100th place? I promise you, I don't think anyone's... That's what Much King thought as well, that like he was bummed because he got 3rd. Because he put these expectations on himself that don't really need to be there. I think with like you and Much King and any old player in specific coming back, like we all understand the game's really hard and nobody's gonna think less of you if you're just, losing. And yeah, I think at the end of the day everyone's happy that you're just playing.
Yeah. I think my brain needs to catch up with that, but I think it's catching up. I think I really noticed that nobody cares. People just think it's kind of cool if I win, and they either way.
Yeah, when you're the old player coming back, you really have nothing to lose. Every win you get is really cool, and every loss, like, we got till 2030.
Yeah, I think mindset wise, then in that case, I don't know. I think it's maybe I'm not thinking about that much, to be completely honest with you. I do get frustrated when I'm messing up little things, and I think I'll think about like if something just went wrong, I'll kind of hang on it a little bit. Like I think I need to let things go a little bit more, if that makes sense to you.
No, it's okay. So I just talked to Gio about this because I think that's a problem everybody has. From even me, sometimes like
if I drop an edge guard, I'll just kind of keep thinking about it even after it's over.
So every time, if you're in a tournament match, I use League solo queue. Have you ever played League of Legends solo queue?
No.
Okay, League of Legends solo queue is the worst place in the world, where your teammates would rather lose and be pieces of shit than win, right?
Wow.
And the way I would see it, it's bad, and they say really mean things. But if you ever watch me play League, I was never like super toxic because
let's kick some tail.
And I would put up with people's shit because to me, winning that game of League of Legends means more to me than losing. And if we're gonna be in the same game for 30 minutes, you can just be mean to me because I want to win. So the reason I say that is you have to learn to like deal with outside factors or be mad, but you always want to give yourself the highest percentage chance of winning, right? So every time you're like negative about a missed edge guard, your chances of winning go down. And when you start seeing it like that, it's like you start realizing throughout the set, you're mad here, you're mad there, you start getting nervous here, and all it does is lower your chances of winning, right?
I feel like you're saying, so treat those thoughts like shitty League solo queue teammates.
Yeah, because you can either work with it or you can just let it get to you and then type, go kill yourself in chat, and then that's it. The game's over, right?
Yeah.
But instead, you're just like, nah, man, we can still win. You're like, nah, man, like, it doesn't matter. Like, oh, we're down. It's like, it's fine. Because as long as you want to win, you know, you just keep it together, right?
Yeah.
So, like, and I said this yesterday. The thing about Melee and tournament sets is, like, I compare it to, like, a BR. And, like, every time you spawn into a tournament set, it's like, you might not be playing your best. How many times has the tournament started and you're playing a 2 out of 10? Probably
Many.
all the time.
Yeah.
And how many times it started, it's been a 10 out of 10.
Not too many.
But how many times you felt like you were playing pretty nasty?
A couple.
Okay, so, you have to treat both of them the same, whether you're playing a 2 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10. Because the way I said yesterday is when you spawn into it, like sometimes you'll spawn really good and sometimes you'll spawn really bad. But you want to win no matter what.
True.
So, have you ever played a Battle Royale, Fortnite, anything like that?
Couple times.
You know when you spawn, you just instantly get like really good weapons and a bunch of gear and a bunch of
loot,
and then you just own people. So the tournaments are easy to win when you spawn with all the loot. But sometimes you spawn with nothing, and it's on you to understand you're not playing well.
Not teammates.
Not to beat yourself up about it and still try your hardest to win with what you're given. So if you're dropping edge guards, like me at main stage, I was dropping edge guards left and right. But I was like, it's fine. I'm doing other things well. I'm not going to let this upset me. I'm not going to, I'm not going to beat myself up about it. Because I'm doing other things well. And yeah, I'm not playing perfect. I still want to win. So I'm going to still put like my best foot forward. Right?
You kind of just get your head back into the moment. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. And just realize that like, no matter what, I want to win. So some things aren't going to be perfect. And that's why I even said in my interview after, the wins where I'm like nitty gritty, fighting for my life are so much more impressive than the wins where I'm just like putting up a 40 bomb, like no missed shots, like you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. It's sick when you got grit.
Yeah, when you have grit.
I was very proud of myself for coming back on that Jigglypuff there.
Exactly. Don't you feel better about that win?
Because I felt like after game 1, they were like, oh, this guy's got nothing.
Yeah, those wins feels, and so you just have to treat every set just with that much grit. You just got to keep going and like not be mad and just keep going and and then the thing is like, I forgot who said this, but it was like after a game, it's like as long as if you can look in the mirror and at least tell yourself I tried my absolute hardest, then I don't really feel that bad. And as long as you can tell yourself that, I think you can like be happy about your performance. For me, when I look in the mirror after and I'm like, you gave up, you were just complaining the whole time.
True, it doesn't feel good.
Hate myself. That's when I tweet. That's when I get my yearly or emo mango tweet. Because I'm just so disappointed in myself that I played bad and that I just got mad that I played bad. That's when you get the emo. That's like probably a lot of Melee players. When you have both of those, it just feels so bad. But then you have to remember, it's good to feel that way sometimes because, we're human. And then you just gotta remember, I don't want to feel that way again.
Yeah.
You just have to be, positive, but you gotta be hard on yourself. And then I feel like that's like the mental aspect. And I think if your mental's good, you'll be good. Obviously, you still have like a lot to work on, like in the game.
Yeah.
But you'll also just get better if like, if you're just more positive about it. I don't think you're fueled by rage or hate. So I was also talking to Gio about this. You gotta find your
motivator.
Like a motivator, your win condition, or like an anime, make it easy. Just like your Infinity Stone that like really like helps. Like, you know what my Infinity Stone is?
That's your hate.
Hate. When I have hate, and I'll even like make up lies like in my head. Like I said yesterday when I was up 2-0 against Cody, and then he brought it back 2 games. I told myself, I'm like, dude, I know this guy thinks he's good at the matchup now, and if he beats me, he's gonna be so annoying about it. And I literally thought, I'm like, I can imagine his interview. Oh, I just been putting so much work into this matchup, and like, it's finally great to see it pay off. And like, that cannot even be true. And if it is, like, who am I to take it away from him? But I thought about that, and it made me so mad.
That sort of thing would definitely psych me out, but that's what you're saying. I have to find my own Infinity Stone.
You have to find your own stone.
That's yours. That'll make you play good. But for me, I'll just make that come true if I start visualizing it.
Yeah. So, like, Gio's was, like, he said he plays better when he starts feeling himself. So I was like, well, start going for some dumb shit. Like, you gotta find what makes you feel like you're playing your best. And that's up for you to decide what it is. It can be based off love of the game, hate, pettiness, whatever makes you feel good. That makes you feel like you're playing your best.
Yeah.
So off the top of your head, what do you think makes you play better?
Top of my head, I'm remembering when you were talking about even Zane making beautiful melee music. I'm thinking about if I could be playing some beautiful melee music.
So you just want to make beautiful music.
I want to get deep into it. I want to know these little the nooks and crannies of the game.
So what do you think makes you get there or feel that? That's up for you to find. I can't find.
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't even know right now.
There's like a poster. It's like, I can only open the door for you. You need to walk in and see what's.
You need to walk through it.
Cause I don't know what motivates you. You gotta really ask yourself, and I think some people think it's corny because we're playing a game, but I think even it's if you want to get better, you just gotta find what makes you.
Okay, let me tell you one thing that definitely gets in my mind. Okay, so I was playing the other day, and I was messing this fool up, and I knew that my openings per kill ratio on Slippy was going to be like 1.6, something bonkers. And it's like the last stock, and I get the grab, and I just totally choked it. Because like I was just... I like didn't want to...
Thinking about your stats?
I wanted it to be so... No, it didn't. It made it all worse. It made it all worse. Like as soon as I thought about it, it made it all... I think because it got me out of the moment. I stopped actually playing, and I was just thinking about the stats.
Yeah, so...
I think for me, I got to find a way to stay in the moment. Maybe when you get angry about that stuff, that puts you back in the moment. That must be what it is, because you're not sitting there thinking about Cody's interview the whole game. It can't be. That must flash through your mind, and then you're plugged in.
Yeah.
I think I've done enough meditation that maybe I just need to be mindful of, like, I think I know when I'm distracted versus when I'm not distracted. And I could probably, now that we've talked about it, just notice when I'm distracted or when I'm holding on to something in the past or worried about something in the future, and just kind of let it go.
Yeah, so, I mean, you know how to meditate, right?
Yes.
So, yeah, I mean, do you do that during sets?
I mean, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So that's a big advantage, because Gio doesn't know how. He's a jabroni. And I think everyone should, because I meditate, or I try to, like, while I'm playing, because I think it's actually broken. Like, I think everyone should do it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, you already have an advantage. I feel like you know how to meditate.
I think that is an advantage. I should use it. I should leverage that.
Have you used it at all?
Yeah, I have been much more in this, what are we going to call it? This rebirth.
The 8th rebirth?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. My 9th life. This is my 9th life, dude.
One. This is it.
But I think it's gonna stick.
You seem pretty motivated.
I think it's gonna stick. I don't need to make money anymore. If I do need more money, I'm just gonna become a monk. Just have one CRT and eat rice every day, and that's it. Maybe I'll live in Oscar's house, or I'll live with you or something. I don't bum with somebody.
I'll kick my mom out. You can come stay here.
Yeah, I think that's just what it's gonna be.
Mm-hmm. So then, yeah, I feel like you have a bunch of advantages. You just got to find your Infinity Stone. So I think this week, when you're in practice, just notice when you're playing well, and just be like, "Why am I playing well?" And then be like, because you might even just get joy from like just because you said you were stomping that kid and you felt really good about it.
I was stomping him. I was just stomping on Ben. I was feeling. He asked me, "Did you feel good about yourself?" I was like, "Ben, I feel so good."
So I think that's the East Coast. That's the old score where you
I
just
feel
want to.
so good, Ben.
You just want to give it to him.
I like getting those edge guards, Mango. I like closing out the stock. I don't like it when the stock sticks around.
So then, okay, I think you like playing good, which is everybody. So yeah, the thing is you got to find out like what drives you to do that to feel good about edge guarding.
These guys just keep
Because
coming.
the thing is, he's your buddy, but it still feels good to just stomp on your buddy.
It does.
So you just got to find out why does it feel good? Why do you think it feels good? Because I know why it feels good when I win. Because I get to be annoying, and I love that. I love that. And I get to come home and stream, and everyone's annoying with me. Like to me, that's why it feels good to me.
Yeah, it just feels good to play good, to not be making mistakes and stuff.
So we just gotta find out why and how you get there. That's like I think the important thing.
Probably just being plugged in feels good, I think. That's how everybody talks about that. Like, if you're in flow, generally you feel better than if you're not.
When I'm in that state, is the best feeling in the world. Because you really feel like a superhero. I'm just like, you can't stop me. I want to play. I'm going to Ludwig's tournament now, dude. See, whenever I talk about Melee, I always want to play.